We're Helen and Tim, full-time adventure travelers with the goal to see the world one mountain at a time. And in this video, we're taking you to one of our favorite beaches in all of Bali, the Uluwatu area known for its surfing. And from there, we're going to be taking a plane to another island east of Bali called Lombok to hike the second tallest peak in all of Indonesia, Mount Rinjani.
Looks like it's really steep, and then you get to the ridge.
Yeah.
You guys are so fast.
Oh, man, nice job.
Woo!
Awesome.
We're going to be spending 3 days surfing in the Uluwatu area and also spending some time on the beautiful blue, I was about to say blue sanded beaches, that would be weird, and enjoy some surf for 3 days with a surf camp. But we're definitely going to be showing you around the beaches here, and then we're going to head to the mountains and climb Mount Rinjani. So we're staying in Segara Uluwatu. It's very Moroccan inspired. I think there's a cat.
It's a cat.
Is that a cat meowing?
Cat.
Oh, I hope we can become friends. But anyways, it is a cute little hotel. It only has 6 suites. It's brand new. We did kind of book this last minute because we changed our itinerary. So we are paying a little bit more per usual than Bali prices. I think it's a little over 100 and something bucks a night, which normally we would be paying half the price, but it's okay because we're only a 10-minute walk from Padang Badang Beach. And we're at a good location off of streets with shops. We are at Padang Badang Beach, just taking in our first day in Uluwatu. A lot of people. Our favorite beaches in the Uluwatu area include Padang Badang, Dreamland, and Nyang Nyang. And just a quick tip, if you're renting a moped and having to park it near the beach, you have to pay usually between 6,000 Indonesian rupiah, or about 50 cents to park your moped. We're at Bingen Beach at low tide. We are taking a surf lesson today at Don Patrol Surf School in Bali Beach, so we'll see how it goes. I had to get off the bike because it died and wouldn't keep going. It's such a piece of crap.
It doesn't have the power.
Not this rental.
All right, let's try it again. Watch the muffler.
So PSA, don't come to Melasti Beach. It's expensive. It's like 22,000 rupiah.
Just the park.
Just to park. And also, it reminds us of Cancun, doesn't it? Cancun vibes?
Yep.
Yep.
Party, we can hear the music bumping.
Should have stayed at the other one, but can't win them all. So that down there in the barrage of people is the most southern point of Bali.
Dinner was really tasty. We ate at a local restaurant called Warung Local. We built your own kind of plate, so you could choose like noodles or rice, and then you got to choose your side dishes and veggie dishes. And it was only like $5.50 USD for one big plate, and it fed.
We just shared it.
Yeah, it fed Helen and myself. We just shared it. Got a sparkling water with it. So Helen and I have been trying to eat healthier, so we have been sharing meals more often, and we're saving money at the same time.
Hope you enjoy our day around Uluwatu. Definitely a cute little beach town with surfing, great food, good coffee shops, a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, and we got a good ride in today. We explored Uluwatu, went down south, checked out some beaches, found ones we liked, found other ones we didn't like.
And it is at the end of an Indonesian holiday. It is the end of Ramadan too, so I think that's why there's so many people out this week. We definitely didn't check the holiday calendar before we booked this trip, but it's okay. You know, we know we're going to coincide with things like that once in a while. Overall, Uluwatu is a place we would definitely come back to just primarily for the surfing.
And the not paddleboard.
Oh yeah, and we found a pickleball court at the very end of our motorbike trip before we returned it. So another thing to look forward to if we decide to ever come back. Yeah. So I would say, what would you rate Uluwatu?
what we've heard is it's not as bad as Canggu. Canggu's got a lot of traffic.
And a lot of expats. And one of our couple friends that live here said that Uluwatu is still not very crowded compared to many parts like Canggu. So maybe one day it will, but it's still a little bit of a laid-back place for now. So we'll see what it's like if we decide to come back next year.
Tomorrow we get picked up by a taxi and taken back to Denpasar International Airport because we're going to fly to Lombok for our Mount Rinjani climb.
Yeah, so we'll see you later. We're about to get on this prop plane. It's a little bigger than a prop plane. We just made it to Lombok and the flight was very short. We saw a thunderstorm coming in and it doesn't look like the weather's going to be that way the next few days, but hopefully that will change because it seems like the weather changes quickly here.
Well, we've made it, finally, after a long day of travel. It was like a 40-minute flight from Bali to Lombok, and then a 3.5-hour taxi ride, basically from the south side of Lombok all the way to the north side, which is where we are now at our hotel for the night. And it is a beautiful resort. It's very cute.
The homestay that we're staying at has this essentially lush jungle because we're at the base of Rinjani. There's a beautiful view of it. You can see waterfalls from the property as well. We definitely are very surprised how nice it is. We were fully expecting just maybe a little, not shack, but you know, something.
We had low expectations.
We had very low expectations. So we've come to Lombok to climb Mount Rinjani, the second tallest peak in all of Indonesia. It stands at over 12,224 feet. A beautiful active volcano, and we're going to be hiking to the caldera.
It's a 2-night, 3-day climb of Mount Rinjani. The first night, like Helen said, we should camp at the rim, then get up for an alpine start at like 3 a.m. the next morning to climb all the way to the summit. Then we'll head back down to the rim, traverse down into the lake. Then we camp on the rim again. Finally, the third day, we head back down the mountain.
We booked with Hajar Trekking, a local company. We found them online and had great reviews, and they are very affordably priced compared to some of the other ones. And we also heard from them that there are a limited number of permits per day. It is a little warmer, kind of very subtropical environment. There's monkeys behind us. They're not coming.
The monkeys are surrounding us right now, so we're going to make sure they don't run off with the camera.
Yeah, because that fuzzy thing with our microphone on it can look like something that they would steal. Anyways, we're going to rest up. We're going to eat dinner here and, pack up our gear for tomorrow and get up at 6:30. So we'll see you in the morning. And what is going on here? There's all kinds of noises.
Fun, yeah. There's a monkey. There's a monkey right behind us here.
We are in Mount Rinjani.
So we just came looking for snacks for the hike, and we stopped into this little store and this very nice young woman. So these stores are all along the road up here in Senaru. So you just stop in and they've got all sorts of different things. They've got beer, water, juice.
One of the many things we love about Indonesia are the prices of the food. For dinner tonight, we got mie goreng and a curry chicken soup, as well as a water, and everything costed us under $4 USD. So it was around 55,000 rupiah.
I forget the name of it, but Helen found this really awesome product. It packs down very tightly. So it's easy to travel with. It's a multi-plug adapter, and it comes with all these different countries' adapters. It has USB plugs and regular plugs, and then all I do is find the right attachment, clip it in, and voila! And now I can charge the drone, the camera, all the other electronics, power the laptop. Check our description below for the link.
It's just nice to stay in a place where we're out of the city and finally away from all the tourists and enjoying the scenery of the jungle and the birds chirping. It's very relaxing.
Does that include the ants that were in our room last night and the monkeys that chased us around?
No, yeah, there was a monkey that hissed at me yesterday and it really scared me. But, you know, you're in the jungle, you're in their home. There's gonna be ants, there's gonna be bugs, there's gonna be lizards. Just have to learn to cohabitate with. Cohabitate? Cohabitate. Yeah, it's too early. Okay, I'm gonna go eat. Bye. Good morning from Senaru. It is 6:30 a.m. and we are excited to get our hike started this morning.
And as you can see behind us, the mountain is out, so we're really hoping that the weather holds. Beautiful morning, beautiful sunrise. So we have about a 40-minute drive. We are in Senaru right now, but we are driving to a town called Sembalun. We're starting the hike from there, and then we've got, I don't know, like a 3 or 4 hour hike up, take a break, and then another 2.5 hours or so up to the rim where we're gonna camp tonight.
This is our ride.
We're gonna be
to the
filming, so it's like...
Yeah, okay, go on YouTube. Yeah. We're in the back of an open bed truck. It's a fun experience to be able to do this. We were actually just looking at all the locals riding in the back of the bed of a truck yesterday. They just seemed to kind of pile into one truck to go from town to town. But we actually just heard from our guide that it's 150 permits per day, actually, not over 400. That definitely makes it a lot better in terms of limitation on the mountains and reducing the impact.
We're just making a quick stop. We have to get a medical checkup before they were allowed to hike, and so I think it's just some kind of basic check your temperature. It was just some really basic information. They did height, weight, which was fun because we had to convert it to kilograms and centimeters for our height, so that was a little challenging. They also took our pulse oximeter, which is basically the oxygen in your blood and blood pressure. So just super basic stuff. Oh, temperature, body temperature.
So we're at the starting point of our Rinjani hike, and it looks like everyone else is also starting around this time. It's about 8:30 a.m. in the morning, and it looks like we're going to be joined by quite a few guide groups here. So we'll definitely see how the beginning goes, but apparently the first part of the trek is very exposed, and it's going to be really hot.
This is what our porters will be carrying. Oh. Yeah, it'll be uncomfortable.
It's really heavy.
It is heavy.
Between 50 to 75 pounds. This is our guide. You want to say hello?
I'm Ari, guys.
Yeah, he's going to be with us for 3 days.
3 days.
Yes. The best time of year to climb Mount Rinjani is between April until December. Mount Rinjani National Park is closed between January 1st until March 31st due to extreme weather and heavy rain.
Not bad at all.
They allow bikes up here, and it certainly takes away from the ambiance of nature.
Why do they have bikes?
They're going on bikes because they're just checking out the scenery, but they can't go all the way up. But I find it much more rewarding hiking.
Bikes are actually taking people up as kind of tourists, so you can ride a motorbike up kind of halfway. Our guide said that, you know, after halfway it should be quiet, so definitely takes away from the experience a little bit.
An hour or so into the hike, it's rather warm, drenched in sweat. Go into tree line, back out into the sun. I would say it's probably the hottest hike we've ever been on, at least humidity wise. It's over a 90% humidity rate. So just one step at a time, but boy, it's gonna be a long day.
Our porters are amazing. They're actually doing this in sandals. It's crazy. Check this out. These guys are... Woo! So position 1 is where we're at right now at 1,300 meters. And then position 2, which is next, we'll be up at 1,500 meters. And our porters are just pulling in.
So fast. It's like the clouds are coming in very quickly behind us, trying to get a nice drone shot before it gets all covered up. So hopefully we'll get some good vantage points for you all. Mount Rinjani is the second tallest peak in Indonesia, standing at over 12,224 feet or 3,726 meters tall. So there's a lot of animals up here, black monkeys, just brown monkeys, as well as some wild boars. So when we're in the tent tonight, we have to make sure we put everything away. And also the beautiful lake, there's an abundance of fish, so a lot of people fish out there.
Looks like we got some monkeys guarding the entrance to position 2. Look, they're perched up.
So as you can see behind me is Camp 2. We are taking a lunch break here for a little while, and it's about 11 a.m. and unfortunately we'll have to do the hardest push during the hottest part of the day. The elevation starts to gain, but so far it's great. I would say my least favorite part are the motorbikes, especially up until this point, but after position 2 there'll be no more motorbikes, so it'll definitely be a lot less noisy and more nature.
The porters definitely outdid themselves. You know, that provided this meal, this lunch for us is it's above and beyond. I don't know how we're gonna eat this and not throw up on the way up the mountain. This is, especially in this heat, this is, I don't know, but it looks amazing.
Really good lunch.
But now we are on to position 3, the upper mountain, where we'll be camping at the rim. Conservatively 1 to 2 hours until we hit the crater. It is hot. There's quite a few people. We're at the end of Ramadan, so a lot of people are out here on vacation climbing the mountain. We are on our final push up to the rim, and it is getting harder. Definitely feel my quads burning, but one thing I've enjoyed the most about this hike is the good spirits of all the climbers. Everybody has, especially the Indonesians, very well spirited. How you feeling, babe? No words.
Words.
Almost there. Did so well pushing to get ahead of all the groups so we could try to get a good campsite tonight. It's definitely worth the pain. Oh, look at the mountain. Oh my God. Mountain came out. Look at that. Indonesia sits along the intersection of the Ring of Fire, which houses over 75% of the world's active volcanoes. Indonesia has over 129 active volcanoes, and the last eruption in the Mount Rinjani area occurred on September 26, 2016, and over 1,000 tourists were on the mountain at the time. Is it?
Ready!
Yeah!
Wow.
Good job. Good job, team. That's the summit of Mount Rinjani right behind us, showing its crater. Where we're gonna be heading tomorrow morning, bright and early at 3 a.m.
It's been a long day, but we are just about to make it to the rim and where we're gonna camp tonight. It's really humid. Luckily the temperature has dropped with the elevation. Right now we're about 8,500 feet. And we're just excited to get up to camp.
Tim decided to give porting a try.
It's like a shoulder massage.
New porters. New Rinjani porters.
Respect the porters.
How does it feel?
Digs into the shoulder quite a bit, doesn't it?
You okay, Tim?
How was it?
It was exhausting. Mad respect for the porters. So we just arrived at Camp 2.
It's 2:45 p.m. We started about 9 a.m. We're gonna help set up tents now and hopefully relax, drink some fluids.
So I guess we are going to Camp 3 instead so we can get a little closer to the summit. Our porters are very quick. They're already up here, set up our tent. We didn't have to do anything at all. I'm just gonna chill out. I think it's just about 3 p.m. and feeling good right now. No altitude issues and not too tired. Legs are feeling a little crampy, but that's expected when you're climbing this elevation. We're about 8,760 feet right now. We will be heading up to 12,000 tomorrow, so I can't believe we have just over 3,000 of elevation gain tomorrow. That's a lot. It doesn't seem like that much, but you know, looks are deceiving.
Good job, Andy. Nice job.
Woo!
Awesome.
Thank you.
Woo.
Can I try?
Little peanut snack. Today we've done just about 5,000 feet of elevation gain and just under 6 miles of distance.
Looks like our accommodations for the night. This is home. This is as good as it's gonna get right now. Feels so good. Can't imagine this being that light to carry up. Oh my gosh. We got sleeping bags, sleeping pad, and pillows. So bringing a second pair of shoes is always clutch to get out of those boots and let your feet breathe. We got these Tevas. Actually in Taiwan we had Chacos, but we ended up ditching them because they were a little heavier and a little less comfortable. So definitely drop the link to the Tevas that we have in the description, but highly recommend bringing some camp shoes. Looks like this is our camp toilet. It is a cat hole in the ground.
Oh, just a little fried plantains with some caramel sauce or something. Really good. Ari is our guide, Duat and Jens are our porters.
I just noticed that the ocean just popped out behind us in the horizon. Now that the clouds are breaking, we have some lower level clouds coming in, so no longer are the upper level clouds covering up the mountain and our area. Check it out.
Got some ginger tea.
So we took some downtime to read our Kindles and to lay down, and next thing you know it, they brought out this fresh hot curry for us. Oh my gosh. I really feel spoiled when I'm on the mountain with guides. Take a look at this. Our porters did such amazing jobs creating all of this food that they carried on their back. So I'm gonna applaud them 500 times again, but they are amazing. The tallest peak in Indonesia is Puncak Jaya on the island of New Guinea, and it's the tallest peak in Oceania, standing at over 16,024 feet or 4,884 meters.
Because we are in a heavy rainstorm right now. Just gonna wait it out. Hopefully it stops by 2 a.m. because we're getting up at 2 to start the climb to the summit.
Good morning. So we got our wake up call at 2 a.m. We got these grilled sandwiches with, I think, butter on the outside and chocolate in the middle and ginger tea. Tim got his coffee. We're very tired. It was very windy last night. Didn't sleep at all. I think Tim fell asleep, you know, off and on, but I didn't sleep at all. So this is going to be a very interesting morning for our summit push. It'll be pretty dark, so I'm not sure what type of footage we're going to get for you, but hopefully we'll have some clear views at the top.
Well, the first tough part, remember?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. How's it going?
I'm really tired. We're in the really rocky section and 1 step forward, 5 steps back. I think it's the last push. It's really windy, cold, we're all really tired. The air is getting much thinner up here.
It's 5:15.
5:15. Sunrise is in 45 minutes.
at the summit, waiting for sunrise. There's still a lot of people coming up.
We got a nice little windbreak right here.
Yeah, our guide's the best. You're so fast. We're just waiting for the morning light, and then we're gonna head up to that last stretch where those headlamps are. We are at the summit of Mount Rinjani. You can see first light. Look at the sunrise coming through. It's about just after 5:45. Pretty windy, so I'm not sure how long we're gonna last, but we made it. We are at the summit of Mount Rinjani. Yeah. See in the horizon, the sun is coming up. How do you feel, Tim?
I feel good.
Yeah.
Seems we haven't had our best luck at summits recently.
It was somewhat clear though on the way up.
On the way up, yeah. So hopefully once we get back down to the rim, it'll be clear again. Johnny is 12,224 feet or 3,726 meters.
Beautiful view.
Beautiful.
Well, the clouds have finally broken as we've come back down from the summit. Got a beautiful view of the crater behind us. You can see the kind of the smoke rising from that inner crater. The lake looks beautiful. We're really excited to get down to the lake and jump in the hot spring. But we're trying to head back to camp right now so that we can dry out, get something warm to drink, maybe a little snack.
Out in the distance you can see the volcano out in Bali, and it's called Mount Agung, and this is spectacular. The crater, just being able to walk along the crater rim on such a clear day, and the caldera with the tree, like the pine trees and the blue water, as well as just the different types of colored rock, volcanic rock, just makes it a beautiful scenery.
And the cone, and the smoking cone.
And the cone is smoking. There was an eruption in September of 2016, and that's the cone that erupted. You can see like a lack of trees around the cone because of the eruption.
Made it back to camp, and we're about to get some breakfast.
Exhausted.
Yeah, relax a little bit, and then we're gonna head down to the lake, and then we've got to climb back up the other side of the rim.
Climbing up right now does not sound that fun.
They still don't have any views up there right now. The cloud is still there at the summit, but luckily we did have some wonderful views of the crater on the way back down.
So far, I'm very impressed with the Indonesian mountains. You just have such a variety of terrain here, and it's just beautiful with the tropical flora.
I've been really impressed with the Mount Rinjani National Park. It
Logistically takes a little bit to get out here, but it's definitely worth it. We recommend hiring Hajar Trekking or any other trekking guides in this area. It does help, you know, their economy and their jobs, and you know, they really took a hit during the pandemic, and they had to find some other jobs to do in the meantime.
This will be a really long climb if you tried to do it in one day, and breaking it up into 2 or 3 days, so much better.
Yeah, I can't imagine going down the mountain today. That sounds awful.
All right.
Heading down to the lake. So strong. Oh my goodness. I think I'll wait one at a time. Doesn't look like a very sound bridge. So we just broke for lunch. It feels like we just ate, but we head up to the crater rim to our campsite. It has been a heck of a day. Not only did we summit bid a mountain at 2 a.m., but now we are walking again down really rocky terrain and then uphill, and now all the way back up
The other rim.
And after this I'm gonna lay on the beach for like 2 days. There's so much trash everywhere.
So we're just skirting the lake here. We're on the edge of it. Sometimes we have to walk in the water. Just like that right now. Just stepped in. It's a beautiful lake though. And look at it. You got the clouds. Really pretty, quiet, serene. Well, where do we cut up? Yeah. Some of these guys did really well fishing. Nice job. Some good eats for tonight. So our guide said that they're just drying the fish out so that they can take it home with them. So a little interesting note, our guide just told us that this rock bed that we're in right now was actually caused by a landslide during the earthquake of 2016 that Helen had mentioned, that the earthquake was so large that it actually caused all these rocks to come sliding down towards the lake here. And this is our kind of trail up to the rim of the crater for our camp tonight. All the way up to that, there's a tower up there. It's probably too hard to see, but so I guess we're gonna do a real steep part here and then cuts over. Well, we're soaked. Slight thunderstorm. Hey, look at this.
Segara Anak Crater Lake sits approximately 6,600 feet or 2,000 meters above sea level, and it's estimated to be about 660 feet deep at its deepest point, or 200 meters. And the caldera also contains some hot springs, and though we weren't able to access them this time around, it was still cool to see all the different hot zones around the lake.
All right. We're here. We're here. Woo. It was a long day. Today was a long day.
So we started about 2:30 a.m. Started hiking to the summit of Rinjani. So we're strike 2 for the last 2 summits that we've attempted.
But we've gotten to the top.
Yeah.
We can't control the weather.
Our overall goal is not to like go up to a summit and get all the great views. It's our porter just sneezed. They're so awesome. Love them.
They're actually cooking dinner for us right now. They're amazing.
And we're doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. It's a lot better when you do have beautiful views. So
it certainly makes it more worth it, but it's always still rewarding, and we keep going back because, you know, it is a challenge, and having goals, especially to this extent, makes us feel really good about doing the things that we do, especially when we're on our long-term travel journey. It was really hard. I mean, I feel like it's worth it if you want to go off the roadless travel, off the beaten path, and have a grand adventure, and also have fantastic porters and guides.
If you really want to get out there and explore, this is a great place to do it.
Yeah. Just Lombok Island, as in general. If you're in Bali, you tend to see more tourists from Australia, Philippines, the U.S. But here, we really didn't see, I think, maybe a handful. Like, just to wrap up this hike, this guided trip wasn't the most affordable. I think all in, it costed us about $1,000 USD with our flights from Bali to Lombok. With our guided service, I think it was like 250.
260. It was 265 USD per person for the entire guided
3 day, 2 nights, taxis included, food included.
The first night, hotel was included. It was definitely on the pricier side for this area, right?
But you don't have to plan anything, which is awesome. We got our last dinner. We got fried rice, chicken again. We love their tempeh, shrimp crackers. I think that's egg, and then tofu. Their cooking is absolutely fantastic, and we've definitely worked up an appetite. It's gonna be our last morning with our group. We're feeling very sore this morning. We slept really well, fell asleep about 6:37 p.m. last night and slept until 6:30 this morning. You could tell we needed the sleep really bad. An omelet, looks like a pizza.
I need a slice of cheese with toast.
So last day on the trail, we have about a 5 or 6 hour hike back to the city of Senaru. Black Cobra!
Black Cobra! Woo!
That jungle on the way down was no joke. Really muddy, really slippery. It took a lot of extra energy to pay attention so that you don't end up falling down or getting hooked on a root or something like that.
We made it. Literally hiked from one part of the island to the other part of Lombok. We made it to Senaru and we are done with our Mount Rinjani hike. It was a long 3 days.
We would recommend that if you are planning on doing this as a 3-day hike, that you start in Sembalun, which is where we started, and you do the summit on that next morning, and then you end in Senaru. There is a possibility that you can start in Senaru and go the opposite direction, but that means that you'll have to climb the summit on your last day and then hike all the way out, and that is just a lot. You'll be really tired by that point. So
We feel like there's more roots and rocks and more exposure coming from the opposite side. So if you start from Sembalun, I feel like it's more gradual and you get to see more of the scenery because you're not stuck in the rainforest.
and you'll be able to summit while you're still fresh and you have energy.
Not on the last day, which you would not. We met a couple that's gonna do the 4-day, but they're summiting on the last day and then hiking out. That just sounds very exhausting.
And we're off, back in the truck.
Back to the truck.
In our next video, we'll be heading to country number 3, Japan. We're going to be exploring the Mount Fuji area, seeing beautiful temples, eating delicious foods. We hope you come along on our adventure. Hit that subscribe button for our upcoming adventures, and we'll see you on the next trail.